Hello, I am George and I am a Crash Bandicoot expert. Whoa! Maybe not so much. Alright, let's get the AI to beat the game. But first, we need an AI to train. And to train the AI, we need a game to train it on. And to get that game, we need to make it ourselves. So I've headed up and downloaded Unity, a popular game engine which, if you don't know it, is an engine for games. Then I've downloaded Blender to make the models and I've realized I do not know how to make them, so I've borrowed one which I found online. Later I've imported it into Blender and got to work on the animations. I got some basic ones like jumping, sliding and spinning, and I can say I was quite satisfied with the result. So to start things off, I've created a new project in Unity and I've copied some code from ChatGPT for player movement which worked perfectly. And like that I've used an ancient method which is called
reading it and fixing it myself.
And we got some basic movement ready. We've also got the crates imported, but for some reason only the front side of the box had the material flipped upside down, so let me fix that real quick. Some particles for crates using Unity's particle system, and last but not least Aqua, whose behavior was coded right on the first try. Okay, it was second. Third! Look, it works now, it's okay, don't yell at me. And then I've started implementing logic for other crates as well as polishing stuff here and there. And just like that we are ready to start creating our first real level. As you can see, it's a pretty easy level. I've put some invisible walls on the side so Crash won't be able to fall from there. The only thing that the AI needs to do is just some small jumps to reach the crystal. Next up, I've downloaded and installed UnityML Agents, which is a library to help us train our Bandicoot. This was totally not a pain to set up. Now we are going to train our model with a technique called reinforcement learning. What is exactly that, I hear you ask? Imagine you have a little brother. He wants to play Crash Bandicoot, but there is a catch. You are not allowed to tell him what the buttons do. You just show the controller in his hands and say, "Go get the crystal!" Or not exactly. He doesn't even know what's the goal. Instead, what he does know is some data related to the current state of the game. Where is Crash? If Crash is jumping, spinning or running? Where are the boxes relevant to player's position? Where is the crystal? Your sibling tries to smash random stuff on the controller with zero clue. At the end of that gaming session, or as nerds call it, an episode, he gets a score based on how well he did. If the score is high, you reward your brother with a nice compliment. If the score is low, however,